During summer vacation and with COVID-19, I've been building a series of mountain bike trails in my backyard. Right now, I am building new sections of trails which will include features like drops, skinnies, and bridges. And one of the features, which I don't have enough of, are skinnies. This current section of trail started with a downhill, which would then bring you into two berms, which could send you right back up the hill. This would be able to maintain the speed when you go back down again, as our property line is right up next to it. The current section of trail that I'm going to be working on today is this flat straightaway, which leads into a smaller skinny. This skinny is approximately 18 feet long and 12 inches wide on all sides. My plan for this video is to add on to this feature by creating a 22-foot long skinny, which is approximately 1 foot off the ground and 8 inches wide, except for the turns, which I will extend so your bike can flow across it more easily. In order to build this, I will need 2x4s and 54 feet of planks to start building and riding. Your bike tire is about 2 inches wide, which means with an 8-inch long plank, you will have 3 inches on both sides for air room. So, it was now time to start building. I got out our ATV to load up all the wood and take it back into the trail, as it would take far too long if I were to carry it back myself. Once I got back to the trail, I laid out all the wood so I could see how exactly I wanted to build this feature. I took the boards on and off several times because I had to make sure that I had the angle perfect before I started building it. To fasten down the 2x4s, I got 2 larger pieces of wood, which I would then place across them and nail them to it so it would stay sturdy. I also grabbed our post digger as I'd be needing it to put the supports in. I then grabbed the must, nails, and a hammer, as I'd be needing it to fasten everything together. Again, I loaded everything back up in the trailer and started to head back out to the trails again. First came the support boards, which I nailed on 2 at a time. Because nails have a tendency to pull out of wood when you pull up on them, I'm using spiraled nails as it should hopefully keep them sturdy in the wood. Now that the 2x4s were held together, I started to work on the posts, which would keep them 1 foot off of the ground at all times. Each hole took about 10 minutes to dig, as I had to make sure it was perfect to get the right length out of it as I cut first instead of after digging. You couldn't tell already, the soil at my house is very sandy as I live in Michigan. It was now time to fasten the 2x4s onto the planks to keep them off the ground. When doing this, I added about 1 nail on each side as it'd be easy to remove if I made any mistakes. Now that I had it all finished, I needed to start adding the planks. I laid them all out to make sure that I did have enough, and then I started spacing them out to figure out the exact space that I would need. Everything was almost done, but I had to start clearing out the trails to make sure it looked brand new and rode better than ever. I started by clipping out all smaller roots and trees that might get in your way if you fall off or take an alternate route, which I will soon be making in the future. I also made sure to clear off all the trails, leaving what loam there was, but getting all the leaves and twigs off of it. The next thing to do was to clear off this tree that had fallen on the path earlier because of the storm. I just chopped it off and will probably burn it later in a brush pile. I had to continue to rake to make sure that nothing would get in the way of the first run, and I also had to clean up several berms, including taking off sticks, and I even had to take off a fallen tree. After raking this final bit of the downhill trail, it was now time to ride it.